Hi, I'm John and welcome back to my Lair of Action Figures. So today it's Sunday and like every Sunday it's going to be This Week in Action Figure News. So this is going to be episode 31 and today we're going to be talking about Hot Toys, some G.I. Joe stuff and of course some passing away of Chuck Norris. Anyway, let's start by straight away going on to the new figure that Hot Toys announced. Oh, I didn't do a video for it. The fact that I know nothing about this show and for the little that I've seen of it, it reminds me of Bioman and Power Rangers, and I find those shows stupid, so definitely not for me. But again, there are people who are happy, and the fact that Hot Toys is making more of these, well, that means somebody must be buying them. I don't know, I've seen that Sideshow has some going on with the discount code and not in, so you can use, if you get this kind of discount code from Sideshow, you can go and use it and pick up these guys with a $25 knockoff their price. So it could be interesting. Anyway, so this is Riderman. Like I said, goes into the other figures of this line, and yeah, let's have a look at it. So of course, always come to the same issue. How is the material going to age? How is this going to stick? This already, when I'm looking at it, this is already screaming to me like trouble. So yeah, afterwards there's some accessories with a hook hand over here, and of course here we have again this kind of stretch mark. So again, don't know how good this material will be and how it will age. Will it clips in it like the Superman suit from the 1978 movie or 77, can't remember exactly, but the Superman with of course Christopher Reeve, and of course there were some issues with it, and this looks the same. On top of it, it looks to be shiny. So how's that going to age? That's going to be the main question. So of course, as you can see, this is one part where I would say that it's pretty cool. He does seem to come with a lot of accessories for his kind of weird hand over there. And as you can see, there is different bits and pieces that you can put onto it. So yeah, that's a nice little add-on. But again, how is this going to wear? How is it going to do? Is it going to rub against the material? Will you have problems? This is all something that needs to be checked out at a later date. So over here we have two portraits. Now this has become a huge classic with Hot Toys, but when I'm looking at it, it looks like it's put on there, and you can really see on this part, mostly on this part, that it does not seem to fit perfectly in. So okay, this is a prototype, so maybe there might be some things that will change, but it does feel pretty cheap. So of course, here is the picture with everything you get in it, and yeah, would pass for it, not interested of course. The lead helmet that lights up, I mean, yeah, nothing new under the sky, but again, this is something who's not for me. Now, of course, we are going to be talking about Sideshow's Hot Toys Showcase. The biggest disappointment ever, and just a waste of time, if you ask me, because they're showing stuff that was there. If they would have gone out of their way to get something new, like a world premiere, pictures of a new Hot Toy figure would have made sense. And I don't understand, if it's your birthday and you're the main distributor for Hot Toys, I can't understand why you were not able to get some kind of exclusive for this show, and to get something that would have made people click on the video, because it goes on for 30 minutes and there's nothing there. Everything has already been seen. Pictures have been leaked, not even leaked. Everything is out there for pre-order, so nothing new. I don't understand why for Sideshow didn't ask anything to Hot Toys for their birthday. I mean, yeah, bit disappointing. The only thing that came out of it is this guy over here, and as you can see, this is Galen Erso, so that's TMS 775, and yeah, $385 for this figure. Now that is one hell of a price for that figure. Does not come with much, but again, it's Galen Erso, so it's not going to be coming with 3 tons of gear because he's a scientist, so it's normal and logic that it would be there. But again, this figure came out for about $240, $260 at the Asian fair because it's an exclusive. And I believe Sideshow had some, but I don't believe it was $385. And on top of it, I think you also participate to the tariff, so it roughly comes up to $400. Then you need to add taxes for the people who are in the US and shipping, of course. And if you're in Europe, well, you need to add the shipping, and then you're going to pay the taxes, the import taxes when it comes. So it is a pretty expensive figure when you can find this one for $280 shipped to you off eBay. So yeah, I don't know what Sideshow is doing, but this is definitely a rip-off. Now, going into G.I. Joe. So, I know that I am not a fan of Super 7, but I still wanted to talk about it because, well, it's G.I. Joe. So, Super 7 have decided to give us a new Reaction Plus figure who's a repaint of a repaint of a repaint, and if you look at it, it does feel extremely cheap. So this one comes with a comic, and they decided to give a more comic look about it. This is of course the first one with Dr. Burkhardt over here, you can see. But I mean, yeah, what, Lady Doomsday, that was the name of the operation. But again, this comic has been put in so many boxes and all of that it has become pretty boring, and not really interested about it. Now it's limited to 5,000 pieces. You ask me, that's way too many, and I don't think this one would sell out that fast due to the fact that 5,000 is a lot of pieces for this. I mean, I'm a fan of G.I. Joe, but definitely going to pass on this one over here. So as you can see, this is what they're explaining, trying to go on to the old part where you entered your name, you put your stuff, and you used to send it out with the points. So yeah, trying to hit the nostalgic, but no, not working for me. Then we had these guys who went up for pre-order. So of course, this one I managed to get, and I got caught out for the next one because I only wanted one of these to have it in my mint in box collection, because I'm definitely not ordering 2 of these. And yeah, I missed out on it because the time zone difference, US has already passed to the summertime, and I got caught out. I was 4 minutes late to the show. I was able to get the other ones from Hasbro Pulse, but this one not. Now, you can get it from Europe, but he is like €5 more expensive for no kind of reason. So I think that's going to be company greed on the behalf of Hasbro. And I don't think it's normal that this figure is sold $34.99 instead of the $29.99 like every figures, as the fact that Europe does not have any tariffs with China. So yeah, bit of a disappointment on that behalf. And of course, why are you bringing up the prices for Europe? It does not make sense if the other one is still at the same price. Now, again, this is a big problem with Hasbro and a bit of a problem communication. Again, I'm going to be making a video very shortly with this because this is really bad. So this guy has been popping up. I have seen plenty of pictures on the different Facebook groups I'm on, and this guy seems to be popping up in Walmart. Now this one is not even in pre-order from e-distribution. I was hoping that due to the fact that there was some stuff released on the 19th of March that Hasbro would do a panel for G.I. Joe. And of course, to the biggest astonishment, well, they didn't. Well, I'm joking on that. We all know that Hasbro has a huge problem of communication, and also the fact that they should be doing a lot more for this line. And again, you have a line where you don't have any copyrights to pay to anybody. This is not a licensing that you're renting out like Star Wars or the Marvel Legend figures. So this should be already cheaper due to the fact that we are not paying for it in the same way as the other two brands that I mentioned. And this is a really big disappointment that there's no news, nothing here, and we're left in the dark as collectors. And the best place where you can get it, well, go to any kind of group on Facebook. You can also join my page where I will put those kind of info. I will make videos about it, but it is such a disappointment how Hasbro is not going for it. Now, is this going to be the same problem than we got with the legacy police officer? I don't know if this has anything to do with the Iran war or whatever, but again, like I said, politics wins everything that it touches, so please keep your politics out of my toy lines, and for everybody else, and should release the stuff and don't do politics. So wonder when this one's going to be coming out. So now we're going to go on to some sad news, and of course you will know that sadly Chuck Norris has passed away, so the aliens will be coming now that he's passed away, and of course we are going to be doomed because he is not here to protect us. But again, I wanted to go on to it because this is a picture from Delta Force, of course, with Lee Marvin, and of course this is a movie that when you were growing up as a kid, like I said, came out in 1986, and you're like, yeah, wow, this is straight away, you see G.I. Joe, you see the A.W. Striker, and of course in 1986, one of my favorite years of G.I. Joe. I know I repeat it every time that I have the occasion to, but we got Low Light, and let's be honest, those guys with those goggles that they had on looked exactly like our friend Low Light. So yeah, really a bit of a shame that he passed away, but I mean, he was 86, so he did have a good life. So I'm kind of curious to see if any other of the figures that were made of Chuck Norris are going to go up in price or not. So that would be something to be seen on the secondary market. Then, of course, we also have another picture that I wanted to talk about, because we have, of course, Steve James behind him, who was also in it. And let's be honest, because Hasbro is seeming to want to make go back to a movie and going back to more the comic book stuff and or some cartoon stuff. So I don't really know what they're doing, but every movie that they have released sucked. And the reason why I'm talking about Steve James, because everybody will remember this movie, who was from 1985, and this was American Ninja. And of course, this was the best G.I. Joe, non-G.I. Joe movie that we ever got, with Snake Eyes and Stalker. So that shows you how bad it is. And this was, yeah, a long time ago from a studio that does not exist anymore, that Chuck went up because they were making what we would call direct-to-DVD movies or direct-to-video stores videos now. So yeah, anyway. So let me know if you have purchased any of these figures. Did you manage to get your Duke this 250th anniversary? Do you like it? Not like it? Let me know in the comment section, and also tell me your best jokes about Chuck Norris, because let's have a laugh, because I guess this is what he would have wanted, that we celebrate his passing in a great way and have a lot of fun. So that's going to be it for episode 31 of This Week in Action Figure News. If you like this kind of video, please leave a like, share, comment in the section. If you have any suggestions, you can do it also. If you want to go and check out my Facebook page and Instagram page, the links are in the description. There's plenty of cool stuff to go and check out over there. And of course, if you're watching this on Sunday, I wish you have a fantastic Sunday. And if it's on another day of the week, I wish you have a fantastic day. And of course, I will see you in my next video. Bye!